Yo, hey man, people, welcome in. Right, let's get along to the main source. So, okay. But I've got to take my wristwatch off whenever I play games. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna illuminate that bag. I'm just full of it, basically. I can live there. My team lost like a game. I was watching. I was, oh, that's sad to hear. Yeah, I've got to take off my wristwatch while I play games, and it's this one here. I've got to take off because the buckle rests on the edge of the. Whenever I do anything, it rests. Very annoying. Anyway, I know I needed to kind of have a really clippy day today and do something that's going to create lots of clips. I just not in the mood for it. I've had a lot going on this week, work-wise. Massive fight. So yeah, you know, that's why you go to watch hockey, isn't it? Well, yeah, I've had a long week, so I'm going to enjoy myself a few drinks. We're going to chill and relax on Minecraft. We're still in the middle of working this out, so I'm ready and willing. Okay, cool. Okay. Bit more I'm running. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry. Right. So there is register on push items. So that's all I've got. All right. Let's swap that to 1. I have a plan. Oh, right. Internal process. Okay, no, that's 0. That's meant to be 0 because 0 is that's 0. So how this kind of works is on the event of the redstone signal, I believe it should push the item. But I'm not giving a direction to push, am I? That might be why it's having a bit of a hissy fit at me. Aha, 1 second. Right. Listen to network. Okay, well. Alright. Push items. Node name. So we want to push. Oh no, that's not right. What was it again? That is, we're wanting it to go east. So east. The access to given inventory is east. Close that. Slot in inventory not used for storage. That's fine. Amount. Let's put that back to 9. Internal processor slot for output is going to be 0. But I feel like I'm missing a step. I feel like I need to, like, check or something like that. And that's the south side. False. Okay. Let's try all that then. Where the fuck did I just put that? Oh. Right. Missing internal slot 0. Okay, okay. Tell you what we need to do. Let's give myself some thinking room here. Okay. Slot inventory is 0. But that said, no, it's assuming it's slot 0. So let's. Oh wait, index. That's it. Index 0. Variable index 0. Amount 9. Going east, east. Redstone off. Save. Missing variable 0. So what does it mean by missing variable? One. So is this not the inventory of it? Because pretty sure if I remember correctly, if I do that, that gets immediately put into the. If I do that, missing variable 0. Do I maybe need to fetch item anyway? No, I shouldn't need to fetch the item. It's a middle process, isn't it? Okay, let's try this a different way. Instead of doing that, let's put that in there. Oh, I'm gonna need one actually. And instead of sticking it that way, we are gonna go west. I just want to see something. But first, we are going to fetch item from the east. Zero. Because what we're going to be doing here now it's going to grab from here and hopefully put us into here. Missing variables. Okay. Sick. I think I need to look at this a bit more. Oh, no, that's wrong. What's that? RF tools. Yeah, let's have a look. RF tool crafters. So we... Did we ever make the crafter? I don't remember. I feel like we did. I'm going mental here. I feel like I've done the same procedure like 7 times over. In my head, I'm thinking I'm gonna need all of these items anyway. Okay. Gold nugget, iron, wasn't it? Yeah, so I can make a machine frame right now. Let's just make one crafter rather than making the whole bunch of them. See what we need to do, because it might be a case where we need to do like... Well, we're just making blocks. So in my head, I think tier 1 crafter should do me. Do I not have a single stick? I don't. Thank you. Alright. I don't know why I put that away, because I'm going to need to go back and set and grab 8 pieces of that wood anyway. 8 pieces of wood. Ah, sweet. Actually, I got one of those. Perfect. And anyone wondering, yes, it rains consistently in this world. Right. No recipe. Okay. I was a bit worried it was going to do something then. And then let's put a whole generator there. Apply there. So that automatically crafted everything I had there into these. So let's just try something real quick. If I was to do that, and I just stick this all back in. So can that do more than one recipe? I believe it can. So then my big question is, can we then deposit that? Okay, let's rearrange this entire setup real quick. So we want this to be the crafter. Like, so all we're doing with this is making blocks. That's why I don't mind having a level 1 crafter. Then we're going to need a processor. This processor is going to run this program. Because in this we have redstone, we have fetched the item, and we're going to deposit this item. And we're going to deposit this item into, let's just say it's going to be a chest. Sweet, I got one. There. So that is going to be facing south. So this is going to deposit not west, but south. Shouldn't need to do anything like that. Then if we slot that in there. Missing variable. Well, I don't know what variable we're missing. So 2-1. Don't know what that means. Oh. Anyway, it's just shit. There used to be a lot big, like a bit bigger, like get more averages. Yes, I did. I essentially used to do alright-ish. But you see, 1 second, I'm just gonna do a bit of thinking. But I had to take a break at some point, and that just basically fucked a load of stuff over. Right, so that's 2-1. So this is one that's at fault here. Missing variable. Let's put into this. Yeah, I had to take a break because I moved house, and everything took longer than I thought it was going to. And yes, it didn't end brilliantly, but you know. Still missing variable 0. That isn't useful. So what we're gonna do is we need to do a bit of bugging. Let's put this as 1, and then let's put this. Save. So this is probably going to say now missing variable 1, I guess. Missing variable 0. But I haven't put 0 on there. I found Zato on YouTube and I found you and her recommendations. Yeah, well, YouTube, I had a weird thing. I used to do really well on YouTube and it just kind of stopped. I don't know what's been going on my YouTube recently, but yes, I went from like averaging a few thousand to now averaging about 100 for no reason. Don't know why. I really want to get this worked out, because these bits here I can work out as they go along. I'm not worried about that, but I want them to be crafted into blocks. Maybe for the time being, let's stop complicating stuff. Let's keep this all to one side. Yeah, well, my YouTube now, well, YouTube is just clips. I think it is kind of important to remember I have been doing this. I got my name from a lot of places, but the main one was I essentially put my name into the Wu-Tang Clan name generator, and it came up with half of it, and I liked half of it, and I went sweet, but I didn't like the other half, and so I made it into what it is now because life is simple when you do that. I thought I made a load of golden pipes. Did I not? Okay, I know I never remember how this goes. It's something like that. First thing it's running for name when it starts. Yeah. I mean, that's how quite a few people do it, to be fair. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I've done this correctly. I very much doubt that this is gonna lag the shit out of my PC. I've just realised. I just thought of another problem of how these work. Shit, I need to. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna do. There may be blocks in there that we want. But currently I can get them back. So before my PC decides to just explode in front of me, let's just do this and save my frames. Okay. Ah, that might be why I was getting some issues. Right. The main issue here is because it can't find anything, it's shooting it out this front end. Now, I don't want that to happen. So actually, I can do this. So when it's done like this, oh motherfucker, where's... I remember, like I said, I remember making shit tons of pipe. Okay. Right, so by doing that, where's my wrench? There it is. So this should all just chug along to over here. We met Zartira because you two always joke about how she's really short, and I'm asked how short because I want to see if I'm taller than her. I have met her in real life, but I don't know her actual size, unfortunately. Okay, so I believe these should now be getting full of stuff. Perfect. So now we're gonna grab some coal. Each of these generators, we're gonna put in a bit of coal. Not a lot. So we just need to test stuff currently. So that, why is gravel in there? Oh shit, I see now. No, I see my mistake here. However, that's good. That's not good. Why are you not? Oh, it's doing the same. Oh, fucker. I've made a massive boo-boo here. Alright. That's fine. I need to... Alright, so only ones on the left are currently working because I'm feeding all the cobblestone back into itself. Right. This is fine. Now, how do I get them? Because I think maybe this is where I need the processors. Let's have to do auto split items on. Bro, our teacher is my G for real. She moved me and my friend to the back because we were on a desk that usually is used to put stuff, and she's also the reason I like Ari so much. Ari's alright actually. I find it quite boring, but so this just isn't getting enough power of one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'll grab this bad boy. Put you down there. I need something more powerful than that. Okay. Oh. There is a pipe, I remember. I can't remember what pipe it is. There is a pipe that drags, destroys items, sucks up items, sorts items, paints items. One subject where I only like it because I'm really good at it for some reason. It's also the same for geography. Well, that's fair enough. Right. Extraction pipe. So wooden pipe seems like something I need to quickly make. Unless I've got some lying around. Which let me go do. What can I... Okay, I can lose that. I think it's wooden planks I need for this, but right. Get back there. So if I was to swap you, actually that doesn't make sense because that's not doing anything currently. If I swap you for you, and then swap. Is it gonna pull from here? I think that's a no. Okay, so we tried that one. Iron roots items, speeds items up. Insertion pipe doesn't seem right. Only connects to other pipes, destroys items. Well, for the time being, I don't really mind because stuff is happening with it. Why is silver over here? Right. I know I've base made these chests so I don't have to do this, but I need to empty this inventory, it's annoying me. I need to empty this entire inventory actually. There's so much stuff I carry on me at all times basically. And then wonder why I struggle to get anything done. Nearly 2 full chests worth. Okay. Also, what did that chat say as well? Oh, I guess I can't see it. How much stuff do I end up with? And which one of these are currently powered? Right, you're powered. Jesus. When's the next VR stream going to be? I don't have a plan for it yet. Essentially, I'm waiting for a point when I am I would say good and ready would be my best term, but basically when I'm up for it. But until then, I won't be able to tell you when it's happening. And that is like basically simply because sometimes I spend a lot of my day stood up and that kind of stuff, and I'm not a great fan of standing up all day, coming home, and then doing that stuff again. Right, so I'm getting like 20% of the ores this quarry is mining out of that, so I will take that. I'm going to leave that alone because I think what we need to do now is we need to work on making a better power system. Because all of my stuff currently I have. So I have... I'm pretty sure Blainosaurus got any... Yes, I did see that it got added stuff, but... I have a thing with Blainosaurus. I really enjoy playing it, but I don't know if I want to stream it ever. It's a weird thing for me because I think you've got to have a bit of an understanding of the fact that when I play a game on stream, I basically only play on stream. It's true. I mainly only ever play it on stream. There's a few games which I play off stream and I played on stream. So Rogue Legacy 2 I play off stream and on stream. Power of Guns, that kind of stuff. Basically stuff where it doesn't matter how much I level up because no one's really going to care. I mean, I play Elden Ring off stream every now and then with Spud. Simply because at points I just need to grind out levels, and so it's good for that. But when I start playing a game on stream, it kind of loses its fun for me. So it's when I kind of have to bite the bullet on some games and say I don't want to stream those games because they'll no longer be fun, or games I know aren't that great to stream. So Deadlock, it's not a great stream because I'm just not good enough at it. I can't play that game for shit. Most competitive FPS shooters these days I refuse to stream, and that is simply because basically the communities are so bad that I don't want to deal with them, and lots of stuff like that. So it's kind of a bit of an understanding of I won't play every game I can on stream simply because of some games I want to leave to have as a kind of private bit. Right. So we need to upgrade this power source because this just simply isn't good enough. Yeah. I know it's a bit sucky because sometimes people go, I really want you to play this game, and I really, I would love to because I love playing off stream, but as soon as I start playing it on stream, it's either like not fun for me because most games when I play them these days, I sit in silence and play them because they're my wind down games. They're my games I kind of think, you know what, I've had a long day, I want to just wind down in this game. And so I get into that method, and attitude when I start streaming, and it just doesn't work. So when I play Blade and Sorcery, I want to try hard to make it look, make myself look cool. Only in my head. In real life, I look like a fucking idiot. So, yeah. So, we need to work on RF power. So, we need to grab... There's a book over here. Projector scanner. No. I'm missing a book. I think I took it over here. Definitely missing a book. Essentially, I wanted to start making this item sort of something for the whole premise of I need to have it stuff sorted. So I think this might be something that I work on and come back to because I've already spent about a stream on it, not including today, about a stream on it. I think we need to work on something that's going to be reactor level. So, I think maybe not a nuclear reactor. I need something that's going to make RF power. So I'm going to need RF tools, and to do that, I need variables events. First token currency share. No, so it's not that one. Oh wait, solar panels. What? Let me go and check on this. Because I can't remember what. Ah, this runs off of EU. That's it. So these are powering the engines. The engines make RF. Okay. Also, yes. I'm slowly spreading out into areas, and I think at some point I'm going to need to, like, kind of base it all up. I can't bother to do that because it's going to be, like, multiple streams. When I first started this, by the way, series, I had this little area here, and I went, I'm going to build out onto the lake. And when I build out onto the lake, I'm going to learn how to do more stuff. And we're going to keep it all in the lake. And genuinely, this has not been all that long. And I've had to start moving onto the land and stuff. Right. So, I feel like I need to know more about industrial craft. So, do I have any books on it? Engineers, you know. Let's have a look at this real quick. No, that's not going to help me. Let's have a look at this. Powers. I have a providing, you have power, there's no flux, windmills and water. Generate power, how fast they turn. Thermoelectric. Okay, so then that, I remember that one was just a bit of a headache. I think, do we just... Because I can't remember what... Because I could probably make a nuclear reactor. Well, can make a reactor chamber. Dense lead plate. I've got a compressor lying around somewhere. I do. I think I genuinely have all the materials to make this. But I know that's not how it works. So Industrial Craft 2. don't know where it is these days. You know, it's gonna be 2 streams in a row where I've started playing Minecraft and I've given up. Good part of game that you can play. It's very reliable delivery service where you are a wobbly delivery person. It's hard to describe, but yes, I have played it before. I don't know if we played it on stream or not. I don't remember. But no. I don't know what we're going to be doing from this point forward because I don't have an idea. So I've spent a week making decisions on the spot, which is not a small amount of time. It's actually quite a long amount of time, and it's quite an annoying amount of time of having to sit and think about stuff. See, the thing is I'm having is even if I come off tonight, I don't know what I'm going to do instead. And that's where I really sit these days. I never used to be kind of big streamer, but you know, I used to actually get a few numbers in. Yeah, back when I got affiliate, you had to have a 5 average. So obviously, I had people watch me. And I still have regulars come in now, and you know, I have new regulars like Mumpy and that kind of stuff. But it's a bit different to how it used to be. But the more I realise it, the more I think to myself, I stream for the sake of streaming these days. I enjoy doing it, otherwise I would stop. That's kind of I'm not saying this is like, you know, stopping territory, but I reach points in it quite a lot, and I think to myself, I don't have games I want to play anymore. I'm not an old man, but I'm not a young man anymore. I'm 25, and you know, I'm 25. I work full time. I've made many friends through doing the whole internet stuff. And I've done it a lot longer than I thought I was going to. So I've been doing this now probably about 5 years. I think I'm up to my 5th year. And my main issue is every single time I've got close to anywhere, I've stopped. And that's not through a fault my own, anything like that. Life has always just got in the way as soon as I've made it anywhere. So I started doing really well on YouTube. I was averaging like 2,500 views a short. I was growing about 60 subs a month, that kind of stuff. And I was like shooting up, you know, and I was like, this is going really well. And then we bought this house and we moved in, and I was like, right, I need to get on it, And I ordered the internet to come in, which was this internet we have here, which it isn't the same, but it's the same. So the internet, and then a storm hit, and they could only do the groundwork. They couldn't do any of the fiber work. So I was like, great. And so for 3 months, I couldn't upload. I couldn't stream. I couldn't do all. I was just living my best life. And then when I came back, my numbers had tanked. And I was like, no, it's fine. So I tried again. I hit it again. I hit my consistency again. And I kept going at it. And I got up there. Again, I got back to, you know, the 2K, 1K, you know, I was like, this is good. And then suddenly they changed their algorithm and it drops off. And then they changed it again and it goes up. I don't know what they've done recently, but, you know, my streams are getting out there more. I'm getting more views than my streams, which I'm happy about, because I prefer people coming to my streams and watching my shorts. I think all my VR stuff is charged, to be fair. Yeah. I don't know whether I want to hop on VR for an hour. I don't know what I'm going to play if I go on VR. Let's have a look at my Steam library. Unfortunately, I can't play any Blade and Sorcery. Mumpy, because I have too many mods installed into it, and that means I can't watch it. Well, I can't play it because it crashes as soon as I load it. I've got mods colliding with other mods. I've never looked into it that much, so I can't do that just yet. I know after the fall I wanted to play one stream and it just kept crashing on me as soon as I launched it. Let's see. And unfortunately, this is going to be a really expensive month for me. So, I can't even... I can't even buy any games. So, I've got stuff going on in my personal life, obviously. I keep my personal life very personal, but essentially... 5-6 years back, I used to ride motorbikes rather than drive cars. And recently I've been getting back into the whole motion of wanting to do motorbike stuff. Now, I keep watching this guy called Matt Armstrong. One second. Yeah, I got my mind. I'm on Nomad, so it might be that. It needs to happen when I go into game mode and install and none of my mods are listed, and yeah, it's possibly it. Yeah, I watch a guy on YouTube called Matt Armstrong. He started off from doing not a lot, and then worked up to building supercars. Well, basically, buying crash damaged cars and rebuilding them. He started off on like Golfs, and he works his way to, you know, he's currently rebuilding. What is he doing? I don't know. So I can't remember his latest one. But I think it's one of the Ferraris of some kind. For myself, I don't have to record, I don't have to do it, but I would like to do that on motorbikes, because I'm also, if people don't know, I'm actually rather handy at repairing motorbikes, and it's a lot cheaper to do, and it's a lot easier to do. The problem is, to get into it, you've got to have that money in the first place, and I don't have that money. I would have if I decided not to move out and I decided to just keep at my job doing the same thing. So I've had this kind of urge to get back on a motorbike recently, because I spent quite a lot of time in my car, sat in traffic, watching motorbikes whiz past. I'm like, oh, you know, I have the skills, I have the knowledge, and I have the license to do that. So I was looking at buying a bike, and I remembered that basically my dad's got my old bike. So I was looking at buying this motorbike. And I was going to buy a really old classic and then have that as my starter one, possibly do something with it, that kind of stuff. But well, no, I've got one that I bought 6-7 years ago now. So I, thought, oh fuck it, I'll get that back. So I asked my parents if he's still around. Yeah, he's still around. I'm right to come and get it and that kind of stuff. It needs this, and I said, yeah, it's fine. We'll get on it. So, yeah, I said to my dad, I need to really buy a few bits and pieces of gear. Apart from that, I should be all good. And he went, yeah, that's fine. So, I've got that this month. So I need to pay for an MOT for that. And I need to insure myself on it and tax myself on it. It's already been put back into my name. I'm just going to start taxing it from now, because I'm going to be riding it from the 13th, I think it is. I go and get it from my parents. Well, I head over and make sure it passes MOT and stuff, and get insurance sorted for then. And I think my dad will ride it back to mine. I'm not sure he's going to get home from there, but it's my dad. He does stuff like that. Then I have my motorbike, which will mean I don't have to drive as much as my car. And there's nothing wrong with my car. I drive a really nice VW Golf. I drive a 2-litre TDI. It's not just a standard TDI. I drive the R line with the DSG gearbox. And everyone's going to say, oh my god, you drive an automatic. How can you call yourself a professional? It's a semi-automatic to begin with, and number two is because 90% of my driving is city driving, and if I'm not doing city driving, I'm on motorways. So I want to do track days, I want to do rallycross and that kind of stuff. I want to have fun in cars, but I don't have the car for it, and I don't have the money for it. Because to do that, you need to buy a helmet. You got to make sure your car is fully equipped out of it, with fire extinguishers and that kind of stuff. It actually costs quite a bit of money to do. And yes, well, I've just opened that, so it's really fizzy still. But yeah, so I want to do that stuff, but I can't do that in the car. I feel like I don't know. I have little bits and pieces that go in my life. And I think to myself, if that wasn't happening, I could do that, but I need that to keep happening. And I think that's just like the main thing, isn't it? I mean, in an ideal world, and if my life worked out how I wanted it, I would be buying and selling and fixing motorbikes, because to me that's like one of my most favorite things to do. Is you get something which is a problem that someone else hasn't been bothered to fix or can't fix, you fix it and you head it back on the road. And the best thing about motorbikes, I've always found, is it's not that they're cheap to work on, but you need less knowledge than a car. You have a certain amount of knowledge of an engine and a gearbox, drive chains and suspension stuff, fuel tanks and filters and carburetors, pardon me, and fuel injectors and that kind of stuff. And you've got to have a knowledge of it, obviously. You can't just go and it's completely blind and think you'll get it right. You've got to have a base knowledge somewhere. But it's a lot easier to pick up on a bike than it is on a car. But unfortunately, I don't have enough money lying around to do that. But yes, so whether I use this bike as a means of travel for a few years, to have a second vehicle in the house, then, down the line I decide to sell this one because it's going up in price, because it's not a classic, but people like buying them for restoration projects. Fortunately, mine is fully working, I'm getting. But no. So yeah, it is going up in price, which makes everything a lot easier. And all those kind of bits and pieces like that. And I would love to then do that, work up to have enough money to then buy a car to do it up and that kind of stuff. But I don't have space for a car. But no, my life didn't pan out that way. I'm not sad with my life. I don't think anyone really should be, apart from if everything's gone well. I don't think anyone can ever really go wrong. Everyone kind of has this conception of right and wrong. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. But no. Right. Game wise. Sorry, I got into a bit of a chat there. I'm on just chatting, so it makes sense. Let's have a looky see. Right. Arizona Sunshine is not installed. Arizona Sunshine 2 is installed, but I want to play those again in sequence and possibly with a friend. I need to see if she's ever going to be free for it. We got Cave Digger 2. Cave Digger was a really weird but fun game. I'm not going to lie. I got it for... I don't really have a music I'm into per se. It's a free spirit, man. No, I like something that has a good beat to it, and that's about it. And as long as it's modern-ish. Currently what I have playing is non-copyright stuff because I stream on YouTube at the same time. So I can't play copyright stuff. Cloudlands VR mini golf. Did they ever do the online for that? They didn't. That makes sense. Can't do. Well, I can do Devour, but I'm not doing it by myself. Really, really, Raven, you've done that. I don't think Golf it had VR. I guess it does. Don't want to do Half-Life Alyx. I can't stream Hard Bullet because YouTube doesn't allow me. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be the same for Health Split Arena. That's why I'm kind of against streaming that one. It can get very gory at times, which is why I start not to. Trade-off, you get the voice of Freddie Mercury, but you get AIDS, so become Freddie Mercury is what you're saying. I'm good, thanks. So keep talking. No, I need a friend for that. They're busy. I don't know what I have it installed. I'm never actually sure what this is. No more room in hell. But it's in my VR section. Doesn't make any sense to me. So when I got it, I didn't think it was a VR game. No, it's not. I think I'm going to call it here again. I think I'm going to have another short stream, and I think I'm just going to have to work out a plan for next week. So it's going to be Dark Souls on Monday, and we're going to go from there. Got Marvel's Deadpool VR. You can't really play it on stream, but it's good. I haven't, no. I might chat to a friend about getting it. But I think I'm going to call it here. I'll see everyone on Monday, 8 PM GMT. If you want to speak to me before that, feel free to join my Discord. And if you want to see more of me before that, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube. And if you want to catch me on the day, feel free to follow me on Twitch. But I'll see you all later.